up, Taurus? Welcome to your general reading. This is going to be basically mid-October going into November, okay? Remember, it's not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your other placements for added messages. And let's see what's going on. We are currently in Libra season, which, for you guys is very much connected to your daily duties. We collectively, as a whole, are dealing with things in terms of relationships, since we are dealing with that Libra energy, which is seventh house energy, right? So anything having to do with relationships or partnerships, it does not have to be romantic, can be your partnerships and relationships to work, to friends, to family, to food, to lovers, to bad habits, to anything. It's all about the us in relation to fill in the blank, right? For you guys personally, like I said, this is going to be about your daily duties. This is going to be about your work and your work ethic. This is going to be about your health and wealth, both physical and mental. This is going to be about your routines. It's very much hitting that sixth house energy for you guys, which is connected to Virgo, right? So this is a month where, and just a time where there's going to be a lot of putting things together, getting real organized again, getting back into certain routines that are helpful for your daily life. I also feel that way too, because it feels like there might be some big changes for you guys happening right now. But the interesting thing is the changes are very much unknown. What I will say is there's a lot having to do or pointing to even like mother energy. Some of you guys might even be hearing from your mothers this month, maybe be needing to reach out and give a little bit of help, whether it's financially or providing a place to stay. Some of you guys might be finding out that your mothers, there's a lot of this mama, mother, feminine, divine feminine energy that's coming through for you guys this month. So this could even be revisiting issues with your mother, at this time. We are Mercury retrograde. It will go direct on the 18th, but of course that does kind of bring up things that are unfinished for us to tackle, right? And where a lot of people have been feeling stuck for these last few months because so many planets have been retrograde, this is a month where things are going to start kind of slowly coming together. We're going to start slowly moving and becoming a lot more unstuck, right? Pluto went direct on the 6th, Saturn went direct on the 11th, and Jupiter and Mercury both go direct on the 18th. So I think that'll be really helpful. Now, let's start here. You guys have the Two of Pentacles, which is the unseen energy. This is the energy at the bottom of the deck. And yeah, it makes a lot of sense. When we're talking about Two of Pentacles, there's kind of like this juggling act that's going on. So a lot of times it does point to the ability to multitask, or kind of giving you a heads up like, hey, this month or at this time, there's going to be a lot that's required of you. You're going to kind of have to have your hands in a lot of different pots, kind of be able to multitask a little bit more. You might be feeling like you're having your energy split a little bit more. We're talking about Pentacles, we're talking about value. We're talking about, yes, like in terms of like material things like money and possessions, but we're talking about the things that we value. So making sure that you're prioritizing what needs to be done first, rather than maybe just like what feels good might want to be done. I mean, obviously do the things that feel good, but there are definite things on the table this month that might be coming out for a lot of you Tauruses that need tending to now in the moment, and not really things that need to be put off, okay? I would handle the priorities first. Now, you guys start out with the Three of Swords, and then you've got the Ten of Pentacles crossing it. Now, Three of Swords is not the easiest of energies. It usually is pointing to some type of a heartbreak or disappointment. Could be argument, could be just some type of discord, or where things don't really feel good because they essentially didn't go your way. I do enjoy the fact that the Ten of Pentacles is crossing it, because it feels like even though this is a situation that might have hurt, might make things more difficult, whatever those feelings might be, I do think that they are turning out for the better. Now, when we talk about Ten of Pentacles, we are talking about abundance. We are talking about family. We are talking about legacy. Like I said, for a lot of you guys, it feels like there's something having to do with family. A lot of mother energy, whether it's you being the mother or your mother that you're dealing with. Now, you got the Page of Wands here. So, pages are young energy. It can be childlike energy. So again, it could be having to do with something having to do with your children, or hearing some type of news You got the Judgment card right underneath that, right? Maybe needing to make certain decisions, especially pertaining to your family, that maybe aren't the easiest. But I do think that they are for the best. So this could even be something in terms of like you wanting to implement new routines because you're trying to get your household back on track or something like that, right? Get the kids, accustomed to certain things, and it's difficult. It is going to require strategy. Now, I'm actually happy the Seven of Swords came out because Seven of Swords is usually connected to like being sneaky, right? Or like things being hidden. And trust me, I do feel like there is a lot of unknown here. You also have the moon here that's showing up. So it does feel like there's a lot of unknown. You may be in a very much in a place of like, everything's fine, but I just don't know. I just don't know, right? Um, and I like this Seven of Swords coming up here because in the past you do have the Seven of Swords too. And I wasn't quite sure when I pulled it what type of energy, but it feels like it feels a lot less deceptive and more like in order to get to the place where you guys are trying to go, Taurus, there needs to be a little bit of strategy involved, which I think you guys are really good for, but also not letting your thoughts get away from you. Sometimes we can overthink something. So, yeah, keeping that in mind. You got the Chariot here, which you also have it here. We will talk about it more. There is some strategy. I don't know. It just feels like some of you guys have a goal that you're trying to achieve. And for some of you, it has a lot to do with your family. Some of you guys, it's just going to have to do with career matters and money, right? Getting all that in check. You got the Pentacles, you got the Wands energy, both kind of point to career. But a lot of you guys, it feels like it's household things that might need a little bit of strategy. Let's say you have teenagers and you're trying to implement some better discipline because maybe they're just on the games too much. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like something like that. Just getting things back in order. Yeah. Okay. So that past position, you got the Hangman, which came out with it. Now, Hangman has to do with Pisces energy, which you've got the moon in the near future we're going to talk about next. So there could be some Pisces influence going on. Maybe you guys are dealing with a Pisces person. But Hangman energy is that of having to surrender, understanding that you really can't go further in this situation without having to take a pause and kind of regroup and surrender. Hangman energy allows us to look at things from different perspective. And it looks like whatever it is, whatever block that you may be coming up against this month, Taurus, it may just kind of need you to be able to look at things a little differently. Now, of course, Mercury retrograde makes things a little bit more difficult. And because it is retrograde in Libra, it has a lot to do with our relationship. So again, it could be around some friction in terms of your relationship with your family of some sort, or this is directly affecting your family, something like that. But yes, I didn't even see this. And then you've got Five of Wands here. Right underneath that, you've got the Three of Swords again. Yeah, it feels like there could have been some type of like family feud, some type of quarrel, some type of something. I do feel like it has the ability to turn around though, but it is gonna. You might need to think about it for a minute, or really even think about why it is that you're doing it, why you're trying to make things right, or why you're. It's really interesting. Now with the moon here, with the moon here, you've got the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords energy is rough, right? Because this is being stuck on something. For some of you guys, I do feel like it's also a situation where like you're having to help a family member out. So it could be someone who's short on money, short on, resources. Maybe they've recently lost their job, lost their home, something. There's something that adds a little level of extra responsibility to you. I do feel like you can handle it. I feel like whoever this person is, they come to you because you have this nurturing quality about you, right? You got the Queen of Cups here. She's very nurturing. She's very intuitive. She's very kind, but she has to be careful. Because she may sometimes have hard times putting limits and boundaries on how much she can give. And she can find herself depleted, right? Because she just gives all day. But, like if you look in the original depiction, she is the only cup person, she's the only cup person who has a lid on their cup. You know, she has that ability to kind of shut down and block down if she needs to, but she doesn't always reach for that. And most often when she does, it's kind of her blocking her own emotions in order to kind of be there and serve for other people. Yeah, there's some kind of decision you guys are going to have to make. You got the Two of Pentacles again. You're going to have to prioritize. It may require something. It's going to maybe have to put something on the back burner for now, not meaning that you won't ever get to it, but there might be some type of, I don't even want to say sacrifice, because I feel like you can, it's not a matter of you not figuring it out in a way that works for you. It will require some time though. You've got that Three of Wands here. Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to sell in. Now remember, the Three of Wands follows the Two of Wands. So, and Two of Wands is all about planning. It's about making the proper plans to move forward. It's usually about implementing something new though. That's usually the key with the Two of Wands. There's always this kind of like implication that there's something new that's taking place, or something new that needs to take place, or something new that needs to happen in order for this thing to move the way you need it to. You got the Temperance cards, that Sagittarius energy, but also about going with the flow, about being patient, and kind of about making magic and making that alchemy, right? It's about finding the flow of the situation. Like she's pouring that water into the chalices, but it's about finding that flow of this new situation. Some of you guys, this might even be a thing where like maybe someone needs to come live with you for a while. I'm feeling that for somebody too. Now, things to keep in mind, you've got the Chariot card and you've got the Lovers. I do love this. That's Cancer energy and that's Gemini energy. Maybe some of you guys are connected to either sign. Maybe you guys have those in your chart. Whenever we see the Chariot, we are talking about success and like moving forward. So it is a really, really good card to get, especially in times of challenge, right? Because it is a victory card. Even if things are hard, you know that you kind of come to a good place. Yes. So things are hard. Things might get a little heavy. I feel like some of you guys are you're going to be put in a position at this time where you're going to have to help someone in a way that is not ideal. It could be a family member, it could be a Capricorn, got the Devil card energy, could be someone that you've even had troubles with in the past. So it makes it extra like, do I want to put myself in this position? That you've got the Lovers card, which originally was called the Choice. Again, that is connected to Gemini energy. So it's about making a choice. And the Lovers card isn't usually about who you love. We know who we love. It's about how we want to move forward with that and how we want to move forward with love. Something's got to die. If you guys have some options in terms of dating, let's flip it on that. Let's say this is like a dating situation. This might be the time where you guys actually make a decision. Let's say you've been dating a couple of people. I do feel like there is a happy resolve that you guys come down to. This very much feels like some of you guys have to do with family stuff, developing new routines because like your life is changing in some type of a way. This could be bringing people into your home, into your space, having to find the flow of that. I do feel like there's a little bit of friction because there's a little bit of strategizing that needs to be done. So even if this is like you're trying to get into, I don't know, like an example, you're trying to get into a school, you're trying to get into a program, but the funding ain't right or something, but like just finding other ways and resources. It's just something like that. Whatever this is that you guys are trying to accomplish at this time, Taurus, it's not impossible. It's just going to require a little bit of extra like thought, which you guys are fine. For some of you guys, this has to do with choosing lovers, especially if this is like feeling like a love read to you. Something might be getting dropped off. Yes, you got that Queen of Cups, you got the Death card too. Death is Scorpio energy, but and maybe this is something that you guys are walking into whenever we get to that Scorpio energy, because like I said, that will be your 7th house. Scorpio energy for you guys is going to be all about relationships. So because we come out of this energy, or we're in this energy right now of Libra, which is about relationships and like romance in a way, right? Because it's Venus ruled, just like you guys are Venus ruled. We go into, for you guys, hitting your 7th house of romance. So you got like 2 months back to back on relationships. There's some significant changes that are happening in your relationships, whether this has to do with your family or lovers. Now, you've got Abundance Mindset, which is a great card to get. It says, if you think your abundance has some, wait, if you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in present moment, and that is what you will experience. Yes. So again, if there's been any troubling things, especially with the work, I do think that things are going to be turning around. I just feel like wherever you guys are at right now, whatever this thing might be that you guys are focused on, worried about, I do feel like there will be solutions. And then you've got you deserve loved, or you deserve love. You are lovable. So keep that in mind. Okay, Taurus. I hope that this reading was helpful for you guys. I love you so much. If you would like a personal reading, you can reach out to me at shesvibetarot@gmail.com. If you want to go to my About tab, look at the menu of services, pick out the reading you want before you reach out. But if you'd like a live reading instead, then there's a link that you can just schedule that all by yourself. Okay. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.